G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we've got a little bit of a compilation of a couple of wars from this week. The season did start a little bit late due to the update that was the hot fix that was delayed by a bit. The season's only 11 wars. So this video will cover the first two wars, and then in future episodes we'll do three wars at a time. So I'm going to try and show at least most of the fights I do this season. If we do have some double ups from fights I've taken earlier in the season, I might leave them out, but I definitely will show the most of the fights, as many as I can for sure. So the first war we have is against TCN. Obviously, TCN are massively strong alliance in terms of defense. So they have quite a lot of rank fours on defense. Well, not a lot, but several. We didn't have to fight any rank fours today, just rank threes. And we're starting off with this Path 3 Venom. Gallon is probably the best option for this fight. There's plenty of champs that are power burn immune, like Hulkling and Terex and Vox, I think, are the champions. But the advantage Gallon has is that he's immune to special lock, so we can completely ignore that node there, and it really helps him ramp up that damage. You can see that one in the harvest took super ramped up when he got that armor up buff. Still possible without him getting the armor up buff, but that just makes it so much quicker. Now, I've quickly realized after this war that Medusa is probably going to be my MVP for the season because she is a decay attacker and she's just ridiculously powerful. She's one of my newest rank threes after the banquet event. She's just so strong. We're fighting this Lady Deathstrike. We did get a special lock on us at the start of the fight. That's just because she does start her fights with an armor up buff, but now we've got the armor shattered on from the special one, so there's no danger of us getting any special locks. I tried to avoid dexing these specials that she was throwing as much as possible because those slows that we put on her don't last super long, and it's only from knocking her down. So she does actually go unstoppable here. It's like a 33% chance. And yeah, the ideally you do want to get Medusa's fights down before her Fury buffs expire and her True Strike expires, because then there's more chance of, you know, unstoppables procking and stuff like that. But yeah, that was a pretty simple path fight there for Medusa. So that was path 3 in section 1. Now we're on path 1 in section 2. And we've got this Weapon X here. Warlock is arguably the best Weapon X counter in the game. The only one who would sort of rival him would be Nimrod. Nimrod is only a 6 star though. Warlock is a 7 star, so he has the star advantage there. So we're just going to parry a few times to get Weapon X infected, so there's no chance of him regenerating at all. And I realized about halfway through this fight that we could actually probably just parry heavy into death and not have to worry about any Berserker Rage at all, because you can see we're almost halfway through the fight. He only has 9 Berserker charges, 10 now. So 10 and he's halfway down. He only procs the Berserker at 25, so I was pretty confident if we could get enough crits, we could definitely do this fight without him going berserk. So we really just need one more crit now, and that will finish off the fight. So throw a couple more heavies here. Unfortunately, we haven't got a crit, so hopefully the next one will crit, and we finally get it there. So then he goes down pretty quickly there with our rank 3 Warlock in about 40 seconds. Next up is an Iron Man Infinity War. This is the buffet node, so Medusa would do fine normally, but because of the buffet, Gallon is definitely the safer option because you can completely ignore the buffet node since he's immune to nullify. And the armor up passives that Iron Man does get, they do help Gallon ramp up his harvest charges there, as you'll see. Obviously, Gallon has no way around the auto block, so we do have to be careful about that. The only way he can counter the auto block is if he throws an unblockable special, which is if he's in harvest. So until we get that harvest up, we have to definitely be careful about the auto block if he does get 4 armor ups. And ideally, I was wanting to finish this off in 1 harvest, but you'll see this didn't actually go to plan. So we throw a special 2 here. This does get some incinerates on, starts melting him down a bit. We're heavy there to get the harvest on. I was hoping I could get to a big 999 harvest. Sorry, 999. And so we do want to finish off here with the special 1. He does actually have 4 armor buffs, but we can throw the special 1. It's unblockable. We are at 999, but unfortunately it only gets into 3% health, which is like the worst possible situation. Because now we have to do a whole another harvest to really get him down fully. Because once we do hit him here, we'll get a bunch of armors. You can see he gets 6 armor up buffs there. It's from his Sig ability. And so we are at 400 harvest here. So all we need is really the heavy, and then a special 1 will finish it. In fact, the heavy did actually crit, so it finished him there. So a bit of a sketchy one with the harvest not killing, but we did manage to get it down with relative ease. This next fight definitely the highlight of this first war. This Punisher 2099 is a very common placement on node 41. There's Power Focus 2 and Scared Stiff. So Scared Stiff is really good for Punisher because his specials are very hard to punish. And so when with that window of not hitting him, you do often get rooted if he does go special attack. There's also bubble shield, and obviously his specials have like 10 hits in each of them, so they can easily go unblockable partway through if you're not careful. But I was pretty confident that we could do this whole fight without him ever throwing a single special because of the Power Focus 2 node. There's pretty much no danger of him getting a special 3. And we do have to be a bit careful if we Dex is heavy, so because we don't have a slow on him at the moment, but we do finish off with here with a special 2. And yeah, he goes down to like 20 seconds. So definitely was the highlight of the war, but also the quickest fight of today's war. And then I think we just have one more fight in this first war here, which is this arcade on node 49. Again, a pretty common placement. I think we've placed our arcade here. Um, and we do need a power focus one for this fight, and we also probably wanted we did want one for that Punisher 2099 fight, so that worked out well there using a power start one for both of these fights. So this is obviously the Stunning Reflection polka dot power node. So we do need the power start one here, especially for this fight, because we need to be able to get him armor shattered so we can start applying bleeds. You'll see once he throws a heavy, we can punish the first hit of the heavy, throw a double medium into a special one. That will straight away get him armor shattered, and as soon as we get a light attack to crit, we'll start bleeding him. In fact, it doesn't even need to crit. We do a few bleeds from there, and you can see we're slowly starting to get some power now. I was not super confident in dexing the special 2 completely, and you'll see I actually did make a bit of an error here. I should have dashed in after the flames and then not trapped himself in the corner like that, because you see we did actually get hit by a few of those blades. And so we are actually bleeding down a little bit. I was pretty confident we could finish him off, although the armor shattered is starting to wear off. And the danger in this fight is if you throw a special 2 and it doesn't kill, it will actually stun. And because of the stunning reflection, that stun will reflect onto you. So you have to be very confident that your special 2 will kill. And so we get into Assassin's range here. We have to like 3 points in Assassins, I think. And the special 2 does luckily finish him off. But if we didn't get enough crits there, we definitely could have died in that fight. So it was a bit of a lucky escape there. But definitely a lesson learned. It was the first time I've ever taken that fight with Medusa ever, really. So we're into the second war here against MOFW, and we're starting off in path 5. We've got this Kitty Pride here. We've got a really nice stand-up intercept there with Warlock, where she's debuff immune. We really want to get this fight down as quickly as possible, so we don't have to worry about any phasing or anything. And we're just plowing through this Kitty because obviously she's only a 6-star. I'm not really sure why they placed a Kitty, to be honest. She's very weak defensively. And you can see this Warlock just plows through her in like 20 seconds. So a pretty chill start to the second war. And then the next fight in Path 5, a very common one, is Emma Frost. So the reason she's placed here is because of the heavy hitter node. When she's in diamond form, she is stun immune. And so if you are trying to bait heavies to get openings, you can't do that in this fight because she will go unstoppable unless you have some way to slow her down or cancel the unstoppable with grit or something. You can't reliably punish her heavy attacks. So we have to try and get a few intercepts here. We get a nice one there. I tried to light intercept there, but it didn't work out. I don't know what I was doing here, but it ended up eating at the special 1. I'm not sure why I was dashing back so many times there. A bit strange, but that's the last time we make that mistake in this fight. We bait out another special 1 here. And I wanted to try and get the protection down with the relic, ideally, instead of the special 2, because that's the safest way to get a knockdown, is with the relic and then a heavy attack. So that's what I was trying to get done. She was being a little bit unfriendly there, but we did manage to get a little intercept there. We made a special 1, combo into relic here, into a heavy attack, and then we Rene's later dash into us so we can throw special 2 intercept. That pretty much gets her all the way down. If this last hit had crit, it would have finished her off. Unfortunately, it didn't crit, but the special 3 with the protection down should finish her off, and if not, there's plenty of power burn damage that will follow it up. But in fact, it does kill there because we do have tech power boost on as well. So into section 2, we're actually taking part 6 now. Can't remember the last time I took part 6, but we're actually fighting a Mystic with Medusa, which is very uncommon normally. But with Decay being so powerful, it pretty much shuts down any sort of passive power gain, including Mystic Dispersion and any other passive power gains. So we don't have to worry about Mystic Dispersion at all. And then the other thing we don't have to worry about is Werewolf Finance Ruptures, because Decay makes you completely immune to damage over time effects. So if he does manage to rupture us through block, those ruptures will deal 0 damage. So it's pretty basic strategy here with Medusa. We're just going to get special 1 to get the armor shattered. Ideally try not to dex too many specials, because they're like in previous fights, there is that danger of him going unstoppable when that slow is not on. But we combo into a relic here, and I was pretty confident that if we threw a special two, this would pretty easily finish him off. So we get a nice light intercept there into a special two, and yeah, Medusa just hitting like an absolute freight train right now. She's so good for this war meta, even against Mystics. The next fight here we have is a Bishop, a pretty common path 6 placement because he does have so many prowesses, and he can get unblockable specials. Obviously, if that special one is unblockable, it can deal quite a lot of damage if he has a lot of prowess. But I was pretty confident that we could do this fight without Bishop throwing a single special until I got him infected and I made a discovery, which was that this guy he was actually not running the willpower mastery. So it definitely wasn't a danger sign. It was a bit of a concern, but it wasn't a red flag or anything. It was just a sort of an orange flag, just to be a bit careful about how much power he had, because we can't power drain him if he doesn't have willpower on, because there's no way of regening. And unfortunately, he did actually throw one through my block, which was definitely not the plan. So we had to wait out the steady release so we don't get incinerated to death. So we managed to maintain our distance here. But I was pretty happy that we could do the rest of this fight without him throwing another special, because we throw a special two here with the power back boosts. This does get us back to another special two almost. We just reparry here and combo to another special two, and he goes down pretty simply. So a bit of a snag with the special one through block and the lack of willpower, but yeah, it wasn't too bad overall. So now we're into the mini boss island. We actually have three minis, I think. So we're switching from our tech power boost to our cosmic power boosts, because the last three fights are all tech champions. So we're going to be using Medusa for all of them. I forgot to mention we actually are running the Black Bolt synergy in the second war. So that synergy does provide an extra 40% potency on Medusa's Furies, which are already super duper strong. So with that Black Bolt synergy, she gets even stronger Furies, and you'll see how strong they are in these next few fights. So we're taking this Lady Deathstrike here on node 37. So this is the regen happy node. So we want to make sure that she doesn't get too many regens from us staying close to her. I was a little bit concerned by the amount of power gain she was getting. That's just because we're immune to the placebos that she would be placing on us if we weren't decay. But once she has those 5 withers up, those power gains are basically doing nothing anyway. So it wasn't really a concern, to be honest. And you can see we're just hitting so hard. She is regenerating quite a bit, but like one combo is able to get her now like half her health almost. And so we did actually dex a medium there, so she did unfortunately go unstoppable, and she is regenerating a little bit here, but the bleeds are sort of helping a little bit tick her down. And yeah, look, 30k mediums. She's just hitting like an absolute truck. And that special two, the regen was not even strong enough to combat the amount of damage that the Medusa special two can do. So heading into the final boss island, we've got just 2 fights. And yeah, I'm definitely not taking that Maestro. We're taking these 2 tech champions on the right-hand side. So the first one is Shocker. I wasn't signed a Wags boost for this, but I got a little bit impatient and I decided to take the fight without the Wags boost because I didn't think I really needed it. We are going to be putting on, of course, a Power Star 1 boost, more so for the next fight, the arcade, which we took in the first war. I'm going to show you that fight again. But the first fight here is the Shocker, and this is the prime example of why you should record your war videos. If you are a high tier war player like me, or like even like somewhere in the first 5 tiers of war, this is a really good example of why you should record your war videos, because like even if you're not going to publish them anywhere, because you can really see what mistakes you do make. Even if you did the fight and you didn't die, you can see what mistakes you made. And the mistake I made in this fight was I was baiting out so many special ones here where I should have just gone for special two, right? Because there's no way if he can auto block my special two with the true strike up, but and we could have easily comboed into a special two, but now I was dancing around too much. He ends up going unstoppable. We end up getting the falter. We've lost the slow. You can see he's going unblockable when he dashes in. He got unstoppable here. We don't auto block. We fail that. He goes unstoppable again, trapped in the corner. He's unstoppable and unblockable. So it's a little bit of a red flag here. I wasn't panicking by all means because we were at a special 3. I could use this to get the armor shattered on and also get him out of my face in the corner. This will also apply a slow debuff, so any future unstoppables won't proc for the next 10 seconds. He's down to 18% health now. He does have one more unstoppable, but we managed to combo through him here with a 44k medium, and yeah, he goes down. A little bit of a sketchy fight, but yeah, it's why you record your videos, because I can see watching back now, I could have easily just gone for a special 2 after that first special 1, and it would have just taken him down in like 30 seconds, even though he had like 500k health. Medusa's special 2 is that strong with the cosmic power boosts, and it also has a stun debuff attached to it, which would have been long enough for me to combo into another combo after. So yeah, good lesson learned there if I have to take that fight in the future. And I am showing this fight again, the arcade. Second time I've taken this fight already this season. again, you saw the first fight attempt earlier this episode, but I do want to show it again because it's sort of a better example of how you should be approaching this fight. I still did end up betting a special two. Um, it's all right to bait a special one as well. Either way, he's going to get arcade tokens. And the good thing is that Medusa can easily heavy punish his heavy. So we do safely end up blocking those three hits to the special two. You can dex all of them if you start dexing from up close, if you dash in after the flames, but I decided to play it safe. We've still got, 80% of our health. I just took a little bit of danger damage, and he's still armor shattered. He's got 10 bleeds on him, and he easily goes down there in about 40 seconds. So much better attempt at that fight. And so that's going to conclude the first war video for this season. My streak is now at 13 for the season, so 0 deaths, and I am at 144 deathless streak over the last few seasons. So my line does keep track of that, so I will share that information with you guys as my current deathless streak right now. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, I'll see you next week for the next lot of war videos.